Saw now picking up the pace again. Flashes blinding everybody. And Ujax, despite being fully white, still decapitates just in a perfect kill. Mopos 2 apiece though in this defense of B as he continues driving forward. Martinez in towards middle, picks up the final frag onto Aracorn, but what an impeccable 4K there from Mopos as Mobby start taking no prisoners.
Absolutely insane. There's no way that Muffles was able to get away with all that space. The smokes, you would think is making it very hard in a scenario like that, but Muffles goes for the spray down, gets the timing right on the first two, and then repositions at the perfect angle to take down the ladder. It was very well executed and done with absolutely no fear on his end. It was just straight up perfection.
I mean, what else could he have done in that scenario? It was the perfect response to what Saw was bringing to the table. It is insane how Saw weren't able to respond to the initial 2K. It's now just towards the back of this B bomb site, looking to try and replicate what Mopos has just presented. NMS, though, finds a start through a smoke, through a wall, onto the header story. That is a rather unfortunate beginning for this Portuguese player. Rapid conversions of kills on the flip side starting to become a concerning figure as Roman leads the charge. It's the most experienced player up towards A, only a single defender at the moment. This is the perfect chance for Saw to strike. They're playing contact too. Now as they start to lob in utility of their own, Martinez absolutely butchered.
Bomb planted, smokes in place. Calls that rotation will be on. It's 4 and 4, not impossible, but Roman is very well positioned. Peaks with the best timing possible, and well, with that, smoke walls that continues to be deployed, it gets more difficult by the second to still get a retake out of this. NMS also extremely low, so they're going to be calling it. Of course, they have a bit of wiggle room to work with. They are still 2 rounds up after this, and well, sort of the half secured with 6. It's a bit weird. There's not really a clear advantage, but at least 6 is at least half the round.
Yeah, I mean, looking at some of the closest statistics for these two teams, Movistar actually prefer the T side a little bit. They've got a higher win percentage and a higher distribution of rounds won on that T side. And it's not too dissimilar a story for Saw. They normally pick into the map, so they do win more T-sided rounds. This case, no difference. But it's their round win percentage that's the most interesting. 58 on that TT side. I think Mobby finding 6 here is a very comfortable figure. But it would be a shame for them if they weren't able to pluck that one extra round out of the air here, because I really do think that will be the difference maker. If Mobby can't find 7, there is a real chance that Saw start sweeping up quite nicely come that second half.
Very low on story. There we go. He gets finished off, and NMS, he just continues to tear. Davy joins in, and it is only Erdogan that is left. A very difficult position for him to be in, and well, there we go. Relatively easy pick up there, and that is now Movistar marching to 7. 7-5, I would say, is still not bad of a scoreline at all. Perhaps even with 4, you could still make it work. But Saw definitely once again struggling to find some answers here on their team side.
Yeah, Saw have definitely been showing signs of struggle. Nowhere near as clean in the gun rounds as they were in the majority of the previous map. I suppose we didn't get to see all that much of their team side. They only needed to win 3 rounds in order to actually close the game, and they did so after giving away 7. As NMS finds the first kill, but Ujax ensures he gives up his life for the trade. Now 4 on 4. Saw, that's such a lovely set of utils to Davy G. He is caught between a rock and a hard place, a nade and a molly. down to just 7 points of health, but those 7 points of health could be absolutely critical as he looks to respond with a Hellfire of his own, a killing of the pace from Saw here as they still haven't gained back that man advantage. Yeah, if they don't find 5 rounds here, I reckon this will be quite the struggle bus to find their way back into map number 2. Off pause now. Such a crucial piece of the puzzle. Takes it opening ball towards the top of the ramp, but again a trade. And another trade back, but this time Davy doubles up.
Important kill here for Udyx to be getting, but he is 29 HP. Has the bomb on his back, has time to work with, but where is Just going to be coming from? Hasn't been spotted. Does have a feeling, maybe from short. I mean, he's not completely wrong. He is on the rotation from middle. But the longer he waits, the less time he has to get his foot up on the site. He's marching closer and Just also... I mean, he was relatively exposed. Maybe now considering, okay, maybe he is going to be. It's not going to be the case.
Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing on that plant. And Just even has to go a little bit further to confirm his suspicions that A is the site. Udyx, the top fragger for Saw right now, putting up a fantastic performance across both maps, but his kills having slightly less impact in this one. But this frag alone, probably the most impactful of the half, as a smoke deployed on top of the bomb. Just taps it, starts to stick it, Udyx swings wide, and it's a one-tap delivered. Perfect way to finish the half on out for Saw. That means the next half will be a doable endeavor, but find out if they can pull it back over the line after this short break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Alright, little step ahead of Saw, at least here on their opponent's mapping. A good start, but now you have to finish it as well, and they have to do it on T side, which we already saw on Overpass. It is definitely a weak one for both ends of the spectrum, I would have to say. But let's say, maybe they could do it here on the pistol, and then try and find a conversion. It's definitely hard for Saw to get something going if they don't win this. But they are looking to get aggressive. Oh, and Ujers actually, he takes that opportunity any day of the week.
Yeah, fantastic opening frag here in the pistol. A story up towards the headshot boxes, jumps up, finds one. Roman applies a lot of pressure and will also apply himself for a frag. That is a fantastically fast pistol round, and that is both pistol rounds on Vertigo falling in favor of Saw. Movistar only a single round lead here, and with no bomb plant, I highly doubt they want to go for a force play here. Not enough rounds in a game anymore to go for something as risky as that, as it feels like Moby have been playing a very, very safe series for the entirety of our two maps so far. I do want to see something a little bit more prickly coming out from Movistar, and hopefully this is the half they bring out the flames.
Yeah, Movistar will have to do it with bad locks, no bomb plant, no money. I mean, we have seen teams occasionally falls, but I guess with the one round wiggle room, you just want to hand them the round. And, well, try when the scoreline is all tied up. Make yourself comfortable to really get things going once you have those AKs in your hand. Do like that they are trying to boost, maybe do something cheeky here, maybe get a spicy kill, but thus far everything is being denied. Arizot's Aragon have a really nice setup. Arizot's head does get deleted off, but by the time things get maybe a little dicey, we have Story coming in with the flank, and that's very nicely done. The SMG traded, and all the rifles are saved.
Yeah, that's an equalised scoreline as well. Saw put themselves in an excellent place, and Story is now up on the AWP. Now, did we see all that much AWPing from Movistar Riders in the previous half? I don't really remember any AWP plays at all.
No. I am starting to really think there even was an AWP, but if so, probably not very heavy impact. It was mostly all down to the riflers. Yeah, it was actually very fascinating. Also, partially, I would have to say, economy-wise, relatively back and forth game. So
Sure.
therefore, it also will make it a bit more difficult. Also, I would say with CS2, the impact of the AWP is simply a little bit less than in Go. So, yeah, maybe not too much of a surprise, but it is definitely something worth noting.
I mean, clearly a lack of impact there as the 50 cal round goes astray. Can't connect onto the VG. A lovely swing from the new IGL of Moby there. Roman looking for an attempted trade. Does he go for this AWP pickup instead of the FAMAS? No, he sticks to the slightly lesser of the rifle buys. Although as that smoke all comes on in, probably regretting not pulling that AWP a little further back. Just chucking it round the corner as Mopos first up onto the site. So much damage dealt to Martinez there. As Adam S also on the receiving end of a spray. This round still doable. One nade is all it'll take to find up to 2 kills here. But they're starting to fall away. So why would they not even go for a couple of frag grenades behind that smoke? That's a little frustrating knowing what we know. But of course it is unconfirmed damage at the end of the day. Maybe exit frags is the name of the game for Saw here. As Movistar Riders get away with a double homicide. Very nicely done by the Spaniards. Very little contest at all from Saw.
Ooh, I
that's
love
clean.
the nades used for that, but okay.
They're
It's
dead.
good damage. I mean,
New bomb
they?
radius. Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
there we go. Okay, that's that at least is nice. But yeah, as you mentioned, it's a bit of a shame because of the smoke. They didn't have any idea that they even hit someone. Otherwise, very much could have been a very possible scenario to still make the retake happen. And there we go. Saw will be using their final timeout. Yep. Very important one. I mean, they have the funds. They definitely can go for this. But of course, if you're going to money and you want to make sure this combat is going to have a good one.
I mean, it needs to be, especially with them using their last tack timeout and an 8-7 scoreline. in theory. We're only just over halfway through this map. Not leaving themselves with many reserve breaks. Might have to see an existence timeout if they want one coming into the future. Movistar Riders now looking to further that lead, get back to 2 rounds ahead, keep Saw limping towards that finish line. As Movistar definitely needs to recover themselves from their map 1 T-side. Only 2 rounds. If they'd have netted 4 T rounds even, I reckon they walk away with a win there. As Mopos, big win with Adam S helping. Aristotle instantly removed from B, and that is going to be a real sore spot and a weak spot for the boys in blue.
I do like how Movistar take things slow. Make sure that setup will be pulled out. Some util over towards middle. But of course, they know exactly where those smokes are coming from, so you immediately see some repositioning happening. Oh, and that's a great kill. Story with that can help out towards the B-bomb side, and actually the execute not quite following through on the back of those smokes. A lot of delay that is happening, but Story does fall. What was at least is very, very low.
Are they actually going for the crunch here? It looks like maybe this is all still just a distraction, but the bomb is not heading over towards A, at least not very quickly. The indecision of Movistar Riders right now is a reflection of what was happening on Overpass. They just weren't executing in time, but 30 seconds to go, it is enough. New jerks. Enough of a spray there for a frag onto the IGL. Needed to call posthumously now, but Mopos' wreck goes undetected. As that wraparound was so perfectly turned that I think it's just won them the round single-handedly. Martinez, a lovely shot onto Roman as he attempts to rotate back on in. But how nobody was anticipating a split in middle there is beyond me. Especially since it had already been targeted. What a great round there for Bobby.
Oh, that's so painful. They trusted Roman to have the flank, and he was just simply too slow. And I mean, I do understand wanting to shift, wanting to take your time, making sure you have the timing, but by the time there was already so much action, so much util happening, they knew that a minimum of 2 players were down the ramp, so you need someone to really secure the flank, or else, yeah, it can all go awry, like we saw here. And, well, with that, Saw is completely empty on money once again. Most the pistol here and there, that's about it. We do have Story who is pushed down through middle. So that's already some information gained. Do we have another push continue? Maybe down a ramp, but there's already a couple of players very, very close.
Yeah, that last run just goes to show, though, you cannot underestimate the power of a good mid-lurker. I mean, one of my favourite mid-lurkers that I've seen in a little while is probably Heavy God over on Endpoint. I mean, I'm talking a couple of months ago here, or actually maybe even longer now. How the hell is it November already? Time is getting away from me, but Heavy God maybe 6 months ago was such an impressive player to watch on that Vertigo mid-lurk. Just always doing his job so well, always remaining a constant nuisance. And Mopos in that previous round, more than just a nuisance, he is the absolute deal breaker for Saw, putting them now on such a deficit because of just that singular round win that they might not even be able to come back into Vertigo in time, despite this being their pick. I mean, the rivalry between these two teams always ends up being a closer affair than anyone anticipates. It can get a bit scrappy because of that regional rivalry. And I'd say that's not quite what's happened to Saw in this instance, but they're definitely letting advantages slip that they ought not to have had in other occasions.
Well, we start perhaps looking for you to get another execute. 4-man strong down the B ramp. And already so much noise being made. No one there actively on the side. People just focused on middle, and now it all goes awry. That is the bomb plant they pretty much have to give up. Would commit to a 5-on-5 retake. I mean, surely they sort of have to, because Movistar is incredibly close to winning out this second map.
Are they really going for the near unicorn round here? It's a slightly scratched unicorn, because Devij and Ujerks take a bit of nade damage, but yeah, I think they're just going for the
Wow.
full save. They're going to contest from 4 rounds behind as Movi get 2 away from closing out this map. And I mean, I suppose it's sort of the right call here. Regardless, Mopos on the hunt have plenty of money, but unfortunately not a lot of health to continue on that. As Ujo shuts him down pretty cleanly. 18 and 11, by the way. 7 more kills than the next best on his team, and 14 more kills than Aristotle, one of the most important pieces of the puzzle, back on map number 1. It is a painful disparity given how egregious the scoreline currently is. But thankfully, we are still going to have a full gun round here, the exception being there is no AWP in play.
I really want to pull everything back together on this one, have perhaps a bit of a buffer to play for OT, but it is quite risky. An opening kill would be very, very nice to pick up. Can it happen? So much aggression, so much happening over towards this A-Ramp once again, and Ujerk's not aware. The player's already up in his face. Davichi once again the one to pick up frag after frag, stands tall, still has one to fall back.
Saw lose this round and their gamble hasn't paid off. They effectively lose this map as Martinez, so flashy, so fast on that alt pick there, restoring. Sent packing down towards the short side. That leaves Aragorn and Aristotle. They've got good alliteration, but how good is their teamwork? Unfortunately, they are split in 2, and Aristotle, no real chance of getting anything done here. Spots a man in just, but that's just it. He spots him and doesn't convert the frag. It's 11-7 on the board right now. Bomb destined to go down, and Aristotle, what can he do but look on in abject horror? A nade might be enough to find the first kill, but it falls short as the Saw in this round.
Yeah, things are not looking very bright. Not in the same way like on, well, on Overpass, where they were able to conquer and really punish Movistar, but right now it's not quite happening. The timings are just not quite there. The spacing on the map is like Movistar really is dictating the pace this time around, and they have found a bit of a better form over on T side.
Yeah, they certainly have. They look so much stronger here than they ever did back on Overpass, their own map pick, funnily enough. But when it comes to maps I would associate Movistar Riders, if we're going all the way back to their inception, to Iberian Family, or Carontes, Vertigo has always been in their pool, and it's been a great and fun map to watch them on. So it's good to see that is still a continuing theme. I mean, Movistar Riders last Vertigo was a 13-11 over the Prodigies. Bearing in mind they've got Jerome Cooper standing in. You'd think it would have been a little bit more convincing. They've clearly been doing their homework, though. The Saw is definitely a few tiers above. Flashbang down towards the top of ramp. Ujerks drops a Molotov. Saw do have a chance to make this one possible, but they're still 5 rounds behind, and there is no momentum on their side. Aragorn forced out of middle, no frags will be collected either way just yet. But Navi G is hungry for one on the entry, and Mopos spots his first target in Ujerks. Nice bit of damage dealt there on towards the important A defender.
Immediate rotation is on the way, so that is now 3 men strong. But I love this. Movistar exploit these rotations. When people are out of position, that is when they tend to strike. Still a bit hesitant to fully commit as of just yet. We do still have 2 players, and actually a player rotating back in towards middle. That is Story with the orb. Still saw a bit of adapt, get the spacing going, and even though it was a bit of a team tag, kills go back and forth. WG finds Aragorn there. Oh, Story has found his way into the side, and now is the one that needs to do it. Gets blinded off the angle. Is that these close? There's a lot of backup, but one by one, the pieces of the puzzle start to fall. Saw it is on the shoulders of Roman, and yes, he does tag Martinez down to 9 HP. It will go, and down the drain as well. Saw is still in this map as they get to 8.
The look of the economy for Saw, despite that round win, it's Aristotle on the MP9. And surely a further lack of utility is Ujax also on the FAMAS. The Orb Save is lovely. Story now given the opportunity to have a little bit more impact, a bit more of a say in this series here. Movi still just the stronger entity, constant streams of frags, much better looking team play. Maybe not in that last round, but for the past couple that they've strewn together, they've looked indomitable. NMS does take a bit of preliminary damage here, but still saw start chipping away at rounds as well as players. This still just seems like a bridge too far, a replication of the lack of success of Movi in the previous map, but this time in reverse, as it saws a CT side they're struggling with. Ujax a nice frag onto Mopos, with daviG an instant trade, a 4 versus 3, and with the AWPer dropped, it's Roman left to try and pick up the mantle.
That is perfect timing. Nade makes the smoke fade away, and so they have even lesser people now to work with. The uphill battle gets even more steep, but perhaps time could be in the favor of Movistar again. Take the time, but a decision has been made. It's going to be this B bomb site. Flashes, the Molotovs, they all start to fly over. Aristotle does get one, gets a double with an MP9. And now, Aragon, 1 versus 2. He does have the rifle. He's getting into position, sneaks through the smoke. But can he land the shots to do so? That's the first on the way. Martinez now with his AWP in a prime position to take him down. But maybe the swing can be enough. He jumps, he tries to bait him out, but he does not get fooled. Maybe the smoke can be a bit of a buffer, but at time, the bomb continues to tick. So much to play for, and there it is. There is the final shot. Martinez makes it 13 and takes us to a third map.
It comes down to back-to-back 1v1s in those last 2 rounds, but it will be Martinez this time to capitalise. Perfectly done by the young AWPer there, as Movistar Riders looking like a different team. It looks like they've got a different caller, a different collection of fraggers. The riflers, the AWPers really putting up a solid show, and it's interesting to see that Martinez looked more comfortable T-side AWPing rather than on the defense. Assault didn't really ever look all that comfortable at all. Towards the end of that first half, yes, they find their 5th. Yes, they were able to get a couple of rounds on the board that looked convincing, but bearing in mind they almost lost that pistol at the start, they could have been in an even worse position coming into the second there, Vilas.
Yeah, no, for sure. This was not the same sort like we saw on Overpass, but they were confident, they had the ideas in mind, and right now here on Vertigo, and this is their map pick. Yeah, it was just not as cohesive as on that very first map. So reverse sweep it is, you know, both taking each other's map picks, and that leaves
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.